But this time I'm not gonna say about cluster until I visit this vehicle at night. I want to visit this vehicle at night and see if there's any lights on the cluster, anything lit. It might be irrelevant, but I just want to see. So stay with me, guys. Now it's the next day and it is darker and don't see anything lit on the cluster except that light blinking for the security. Although I'm not sure how good the battery is right now. It's been 2 days since we started it, but I don't see any light. Let's get the key, see if it starts. I don't think it's gonna start. Yeah, battery is dead. Alright. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give the key to the owner and want him to charge the battery completely tomorrow, and we'll do the same thing, see if there's anything. Nah, nothing. I'm back here at the F150 and I wanted to check something. Since there was a body work on the side, so I want to see, make sure all the doors are locking. I kind of knew because when you hit the lock, you hear the beep. If one of the doors is open, I don't think the beep is gonna be active, but here it says door ajar, switch, close, close, close. So when we open one, it says open. I just want to make sure that those are closed. One other thing, I didn't do a scan to the vehicle before. I don't think I did, but right now I did a scan and I cleared the codes and I did a rescan. After a restart, we have some PCM codes, but the problem is we don't have a check engine light. Let's turn the key off, key back on. We do not have a check engine light. It looked like somebody took it off again, and they took off the ABS light. Either that or right here it says oxygen sensor. Those, I deleted those codes and they came back. ABS, definitely we have a problem here. But what caught my attention here, instrument product cluster, CAN controller and network data configuration setup mismatch. That's the reason why I deleted everything. I wanted to see if this code is current or not. Is it because we were playing with the cluster or not? And it looked like that we have to fix this code before condemning the cluster, and fixing that code might actually bring back the check engine light and the ABS light. Let me brief the owner and see what he wants to do. Alright, so after talking to the customer yesterday, I told him that a proper programming to the instrument panel cluster might fix the draw issue. So because we're having a problem getting a cluster with the same mileage, we decided to go ahead and do that. I came here today with the VCM3 to use I programmed the cluster, and he also asked me to take care of the code for the mismatch VIN number on the ABS. Now the ABS still have another code for a speed sensor on a front passenger, but he'll take care of that. Do a full scan, instrument panel cluster. Here we go. This is a pass, no fault. We had a wrong configuration. I still don't see a check engine on the cluster. When I do a key on, I'll show you guys. What do you have here? Stem readiness, yeah. Right, surface config. Okay, so the code for the VIN number is gone, and it did have a wrong VIN number. I took a picture of it, and I'll show you guys right now. What else we have here? Instrument panel cluster is okay, and then the rest we're not here for. So let's set up again for a parasitic drain and see if we still have that issue. Right, so after 5 minutes we have 845 millivolts, sorry, milliamp of a draw. I will time it and get back to you guys whenever this goes down. So after 15 minutes we dropped to 678. I'll come back with more update. Well, it's been an hour and we're still hovering 680 to, sometimes it jumps to 730, 740, but see it just happened. So 680 is still the draw on this truck. It's getting cold, it's getting dark, and I have to come back to do more diag on it. Although when I unplug the cluster, I mean, all that will go. You guys saw it the other day, it was 18 milliamp. But what I want to do one more thing, which will be shared with you guys. So stay around. I thought the weather is going to be better today to finish up with the F150, but it's worse than yesterday. But I'm here. Couple of findings. So when I punch the VIN number that we found in the cluster, this is weird. It brings up this F150. This is the VIN number right here, and this is the cluster that was in the car. One other thing, when I punch in the VIN number for this vehicle, this is the VIN number right here, it brings up two auction listing. The most recent one, the one that he bought, I mean the owner bought the vehicle with, which with 107,000 miles, and it brings up this one with 193,515. This is the actual mileage of the vehicle. I called the owner and I asked him if he knows anything about the mileage on the title. He said, yeah, it's 107. I told him, I bet you it's going to be not actual. He said, no, it should be actual. So when he checked it, he was surprised that it says exempt. When he went to the listing on the auction, it does say exempt. So from that, we know 100% this cluster doesn't belong to the vehicle. But at this moment, again, scanning it, there's no VIN mismatch in the ABS, and the instrument panel cluster also passed, no fault. Look, it's doing a check. When it went, all the lights, the ABS and the check engine light are not there. Whoever sold this truck in the auction did that. But we don't have any codes, live data here. What do we have? See, here it says ABS on. ABS traction warning light is on, but it's not on here. Airbag off. There's another on one. which is the check engine. Number of key equipment. Where's the one for the check engine? We can't see it here. All right. Oh, one other finding. I called the dealer, the local dealer, and he said yes, a cluster is available, brand new. And actually, before I did that, I called a friend of mine that works at a junkyard, and they have Hollander software that they can interchange parts. Although sometimes electric parts are not that accurate, but I just wanted to see what's the interchange, and I also wanted to see if column shift and floor shift. Oh, speaking of that truck, the other one is a column shift. Right here. You see it? Right here, and there's nothing here. Alright, so back to the junkyard guy. He told me his screen shows 2010 only, Lariat only, same part number. So good luck finding this cluster. I think that's why they when they want to send this truck to the auction, they just put any cluster, Lariat cluster, and then that's why we had that misconfiguration code. Dealer, they said yes, it's available. It takes 2-3 days to get it, and it's $600 something for a 2010 F150. Now, why I'm here today? I am here today this is the cluster. I am here today to see if any of these pins is keeping the cluster awake. My concern is I don't want it to be like the Fusion. The Fusion I called a bad cluster, and it was a bad call. It was the shifter that keeping the cluster awake. So I want to take a really clear look at these pins, trace each one of them, look at the way it was supposed to have or not have any voltage or any signal in it, and kind of draw a picture in my mind to what the cluster relation with that component. And I will probably also pull the OEM diagram just to be on the safe side, because I have missed a couple of things when I use the aftermarket diagram on it. So, and it happened with the Ford Focus, believe it or not. So let me do this and see if I find any information that I can share with you guys, or we can check both of us. The first line is yellow and gray. It says traction control on off, and when we go to anti-lock brake system, see this right here? This is the switch, and this is our pin. So the switch is right here, and right now we're on the pin. This is the pin, yellow and gray. We're on it, and we have 12 volts. And when we hit this traction control, which I think this one, we get a ground, which is true. Why? Because this is the pin right here, and this is a ground. So I believe this should have 12 volt on it. Let me just, interior light system, that's the feed hazard. That's my junction box. Okay. Hazard's working, yes. So let's move to the second one. Second pin is empty. Third and fourth says compass. There's blue and gray and blue, and it depending on which trim you have, which model you have. Review camera, display mirror, if you have that, and auto dimming interior. But what we have in pin number 3, look, this is pin number 3. We have a small voltage, really small, like probably, I don't know, millivolts. And this is pin number 4. We have 4 volts. So that's this. I don't think this is causing the 800. Hold on, the sun. It's outside. It says 840 right now. Right here, 835. And this is gonna go down to 670 as we saw yesterday. Next is 5 is empty. Okay, high speed can and even medium speed can we have here. 6 and 7. 6. Look, once I connect it, I got it up. And it went down to 7. Let me disconnect. Here you go. 670. That's our draw right here. We had activity in the high speed can, and we still have. See it? 670. And okay, this is interesting. What is that supposed to be? High speed can, high speed can. Let me switch to 5 volts to take a good look at it. 5 volts. What is that? That's supposed to be the blue, white and blue can high. And this is can low. Oh, okay. I meant to stop the the oscilloscope, but I stopped the recording. Okay, this is no good. All right, let's come back here, and again, right here, high speed can minus, high speed can plus. No bueno. This is also no good. Look at this. It's no good. All right. This is on the white and blue, which is can high. Okay. What if I disconnect the cluster? It goes to 0, it goes to sleep, and I have 10. 10 milliamp. I bet you it's the same thing with the other can. Yes, it's the same thing with the white one. All right, look at it. All right, let's keep going. Let me grab the cluster and plug it. So the next one is a ground, pin number 8, black, and we don't have anything here. And the purple as the medium speed. This is the low side of it. Medium speed, high side of it is the gray and orange. So this is the low and this is the high. So high, low, both of them same voltage, about 1.5 volt. All right, next is yellow red, the battery voltage, this one right here. Yeah, this one is battery voltage. Next is the green, it says park sensor, which is this one. Also battery voltage. And the reason why we have battery voltage, okay, because shift in the lock, I had it here. We said yes, that's correct, right? Let's check it out. Again, this is the aftermarket schematic, and this is with column shifter, this is without column shifter. I don't have any reference to pin number 14 right here. This is only with the column shifter. So why do I have 12 volts here? I disconnected it before, it didn't do anything. See it? I have 12 volts right here. I'm moving it, by the way. There you go. I wish they have 15 here. Let's see, 12 volts battery voltage we have in the green one. And going to the OEM says 14, shift interlock with column shift. So, okay. Move on, 1415, anti-theft system, PAT RX, PAT TX. Let's see what we have in those two pins, which is violet gray and yellow orange. Violet gray, nothing. Yellow orange, yellow orange, we have battery voltage. Okay, I really thought that configuring the cluster is going to solve the problem, but again, we don't know if this hardware is compatible with this vehicle. Message return. White one, nothing. When it says nothing, I mean when there is no voltage, I don't care about where does it go to, like in this example right here, to a switch or something. Message signal next to it, which is the green and violet. Nothing. Oil pressure 22, gray. Volts. Oil pressure goes down. Oil pressure switch. So when it's good, when it's no good, it get grounded. When the pressure is low, it sends a ground to the cluster, and the cluster illuminate the oil pressure, the oil light, whatever indicator. Fuel return. Green and blue. Green and blue. Oh. Fuel return. Fuel pump module. It's 50%. What is that? What's this one? It should be a sensor. Fuel level sensor. That's weird. The one next to it says hey, that's the one next to it. Fuel level input. The hell? Never seen that. I almost wanna put the key on and see how much fuel in the truck. We'll do that. But we'll check the fuel. That's a resistor. Yeah, it's just a fuel level sensor, a regular one. Why? I don't know. Well, we'll see. Okay, let's finish here with the last one, which is the white and purple. 0 voltage. All right, let's focus on this fuel thing. So go into the original, the OE diagram. We see the fuel level sensor is right here, and this is the cluster, and between them it's different than the aftermarket. See, the aftermarket, they don't put that details here, so always check with the original. I learned that the hard way. There's 3 connectors. 4330, which is the fuel pump, but I'm surprised that this one is not on it too. So this connector is located 4330. 4330 right here. 4330 says fuel pump module, not control module. This is fuel pump control module. We're not dealing anything with the control module. We'll go into the fuel pump right away. So this is the fuel pump connector, and then the other one is 210, which should be somewhere over there, and the one in the middle between those, 1581, which is right here on the driver side under the hood. I want, just because these inline connectors, the 1581 and the other one, I don't want by unplugging them, I'm gonna unplug a lot of stuff from the vehicle, so I want to see if I can get to the fuel pump itself and disconnect that harness. I don't think we can disconnect it. It is going this way, and I put my hand, try to reach it, I couldn't. So this is the fuel tank. Unless we drop it, we cannot get to that one. So let's go to the other one, which should be probably this one right here, and disconnect.